That's all I have to say.
All right, want to get into the art of disillusion?
The art of
discourage. Discourage?
Discourse.
Discourse.
Yes, the art of discourse.
I'm not good with words sometimes.
There it is. All right.
Discworld?
The art of Discworld.
Ah. Community?
Community. It's time to watch some Community.
Well, we're talking about Community.
And we watched it, and now we're gonna discuss
the art of discourse.
Very good. The discourse. Oh boy.
Ready?
Sure.
Okay, let's discuss it.
Hey, Britta. What you gonna knit?
Good mood.
Bad
rhyme. And is that a carb on your plate?
I got a B on my nutrition final, and I am celebrating with pie and a dollop of whipped irony.
Nice. I'm knitting something for my new cat. It's been 2 weeks since I lost Susie B, so I figured it was time to move on.
Aw.
I go to a shelter and rescue an animal that genuinely needs my help, okay? Why do you think I am knitting a tiny little eye patch?
Excuse me.
Jeff and Britta are in the cafeteria. Britta's knitting because she's getting a new cat and she needs an eye patch for it.
Yeah.
And then Jeff has a carb.
Let's get a carb.
Because apparently got to be on his nutrition final, which good for him. And then
Good
he
for him.
decides to treat himself.
With some whipped irony.
Hi, we're in high school, but we're here taking some classes for college credit.
All right.
Can you tell us exactly what you did in your lives to end up here so that we don't make the same mistakes? Yeah, because if I end up 35 and celebrating a B in nutrition in community college, I'll kill myself.
Well, okay.
Yeah, watch it.
Oh, or what, Schmitty?
Schmitty!
Are you gonna knit me something
Get it?
sad in your house full of cats with no furniture?
And knitting is hit. Winona Ryder knits.
So,
Who?
how dare you?
Hey, now.
Makes you feel better. I don't get it either. Whipped irony. So then there's like these like group of like 3 teenagers, and they say like, oh, like we're high schoolers and we're taking some course for college credit, and then they're like, so what did you do so that to get stuck here so that we don't do the same thing?
Right.
So they're assholes.
Right, yes. Their whole thing is that they're smart assholes.
Are they smart?
Yes, at the very end, we kind of see that, so.
I guess. But I didn't like. It's funny, like with the one, because like they're kind of just like their mockery style is just like because they say like
Very immature.
very immature, and I was like, wait, like is this an actual thing? Because like I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Because they say like call them schmitties, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is that like for New Girl? Like what are you talking about? I
Yeah.
don't know. New Girl's out at this time, right? Or is it?
Maybe starting around this time.
But I don't think that's it.
No, I think it's just like a parody of like how kids just like come up with weird terminology, and so like we're supposed to feel out of touch with the kids by not knowing what they're saying.
Right.
So yeah.
But then it's like, and then Britta's like, because they're making fun of her for knitting, which screw you.
Yeah.
Knitting is awesome.
Right.
Yes. And then, and she's like, yeah, knitting's cool. But no Ryder knits. And then they're like, who? And we're like,
How dare you?
how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
Because no, Stranger Things wasn't out by this point.
That's true.
But still, like, you've never seen, like, that makes you think, like, they're not smart. Because I'm like, so you never saw Beetlejuice in your life?
Right.
Or, what's another?
Girl Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted? Or Edward Scissorhand? Or
Yeah.
Little Women? Like, good movies?
Right. Like actual movies that people like would have seen at least one of by that age.
So we go back to the study room, and,
I helped build a school in Kenya. I once met Sting at a Cracker Barrel.
Why are you letting a bunch of you just rolled off over? Would you stop tuning that guitar? You are 105 years old. Tell me exactly what you did with your life to end up here so I don't make the same mistakes. Excuse me!
Time. And we'll visit the man in the moon.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, what?
yay!
What the hell?
Britta's still, like, upset about their comments, even though,
Yeah.
like, it really doesn't, like, and then Jeff, like, is acting like he's not upset, but he is, because then he gets, like, because Pierce is there just, like, playing a guitar,
Yeah.
and then he kind of, like, is, like, trying to be cool, but then as, like, Pierce is tuning up, he kind of yells at Pierce.
And he just kind of like regurgitates what the kid said to him, and you're like, oh, okay, that's very specific, and all of those words hit you and hurt you very pointedly.
And then I like Pierce's response. He's just like, "Excuse me," and then he starts like playing his guitar, and then Abed just comes and like smashes.
Just takes the guitar and just destroys it.
Because Animal House.
Yeah.
Animal House. A reference my ears applaud.
I couldn't resist. Smashing the guitar of someone singing a glowing love song was on my quintessential college experience list.
Bond with a group of lovable misfits.
Check.
Take on the school bully.
Check.
Make out with the hottest girl on campus.
Check a Rooney. Unfortunately, the school year's almost over and there's lots of stuff on the list.
I'll help you finish it. I'll be like your Morgan Freeman.
Look in the bucket list.
The what?
Okay, turn around.
What the hell?
Pantsing someone was on my list. It would have been better if you were wearing the standard giant hearts on underwear, but I'll take it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I hope getting pantsed is on your list.
It is.
Yay!
Very good.
That was it. So basically, Abed has the other plot line is that Abed has a list of like college stuff to do before the end of the first year, and they're coming near that.
Right.
So we did a bunch of stuff like befriend a bunch of like a group of rascals. Make out with the hottest girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, did check, and then he's like, and then Britta and you're like,
Are they like you? No. So they don't know who the hottest girl.
but I don't think it wasn't either of them.
Yeah.
And then Troy says, "Oh, I'll help you," because he's still gotta finish some stuff up. And then so Abed's like the bucket list.
Yeah. With
And
Morgan
then-
Freeman.
Right, and then it's basically we get Troy up, and then like one of the things Abed needs to do is pants somebody, so then he does it.
Yep.
And he's like, it would have been better if you had the hearts underwear.
Right.
And then Troy's a bit upset, so then he's kind of like, well, what about if I pants you? Was that on your list? And then he does it. He's like, yep.
And he has the underwear.
So he did it. And then Shirley walks in because she wasn't in there. And then
Yeah.
Pierce is finding this hilarious.
So he's just it's spreading the love around.
But what's so funny?
This.
Oh no.
Get it?
Damn it, Pierce!
Oh
Tries to look around, and then pants is Shirley, which like,
no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
like the thing is, like we all like between like Troy and Abed, it was just kind of like it was like funny and like we knew what they were doing.
Right.
So like a bit of like, oh, okay, it's funny, haha, kind of thing. But like with Shirley's kind of like, no.
Right. That's not her style.
No, so that, but then Pierce thinks it's funny, doesn't think he needs to apologize, but like he needs to apologize.
Absolutely, that's something that you apologize for, but he's very stubborn and never thinks he's in the wrong.
Right, so then that's the other plot point of like Pierce not apologizing and thinking he needs to be apologized too because Shirley ruined the joke.
Correct.
Pierce, Shirley is way too angry to talk to you right now.
Yeah, you'll have to apologize later. Apologize for what? She should apologize to me. She ruined my joke.
Come back in now. I have something to say.
This better be a good apology.
Damn it, Pierce!
Just skip to the I'm sorry.
You are pathological and you will never change.
That is the pot calling the kettle. Kettle. Okay.
Oh, you can say black, Pierce. You have literally identified me to strangers as the black woman.
Out of context. Context is everything. I call the other women flat butt and the one Abed wants to nail.
So what's the context for constantly...
And then Shirley kind of says like, we're all annoyed by Pierce, like either he leaves or I leave. And then Pierce is like, ha ha ha, nice, like good luck with that. And but then he gets kicked out.
But they're like, yeah, what they do, because they all know that Pierce has a tendency of being, saying some things that you shouldn't say. That's all he does, is say things that he shouldn't say. So, like, it's not really hard to figure out who needs to take a little break away from the group.
Yeah. But also, like, before this happens, the teenagers come back and they see Pierce with them, and then they make fun of him as well.
Yeah.
There's a grandpa slip slap. Yeah, you seen my Swedish.
Actually, I was a lawyer. Oh, looks like that went well. And now you hang out with Slip Slap and Slap Skank. Oh my
I know.
God, is she wearing a disc man? How could you do this to me?
Discmans are retro.
I think Schmitty means loser.
We know.
Like that kind of thing. And then, also they make fun of Britta for having, like, what was it, a disc?
Oh my god, what? Was it Discman?
Discman. What is that? Is that like a CD player?
Yeah. Like a Walkman, but
I don't
for
know.
CDs.
I didn't know that had a name. I just thought they were CD players.
I usually just call it a CD player, yeah.
I had.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
Yeah,
sure.
Better than So then that's how you listen to music on airplanes before iPods were a thing.
It's true. Are we old?
We didn't have I didn't have a Walkman.
Okay. I didn't have like a legit Walkman, but I definitely had a portable cassette player.
I think the problem with CDs is that like unlike vinyl and even cassettes to an extent, like they didn't become like cool later on.
Yeah.
Like nobody gets CDs.
Yeah. Some people still make cassettes.
I know cassettes are a thing, and then also like I'm working on a vinyl collection, so like that's still a thing now.
Yeah.
Like that's always like been like cool.
Yeah.
But CDs have never been.
No.
I guess because like once like they're done, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
With at least like I think like even like with like other stuff they get once I don't know. Community. Anyways, Pierce is out of the group.
Yeah.
With his broken guitar.
So bye-bye.
Either he leaves the group or I do.
What's gonna happen?
Oh God.
Your own grave.
There he goes.
Bye. So those are plots of like Britta and Jeff with these like teenage kids.
Yes.
Pierce and then Charlie, their whole thing, and then Abed and Troy just kind of doing college-y stuff.
Yep.
What is that?
Go!
It's Billy, City College's mascot.
Stealing a rival school's mascot was part of Abed's list.
Check.
Bringing a goat to our study group? That's a great idea, Troy.
Thanks. Must have been hard for you to say that.
It's called sarcasm, Troy. Ask the goat to explain it to you.
What?
Pierce's universally recognized social flaws made him the scapegoat. A lightning rod. Now he's gone, so there's lightning everywhere.
That sounds dangerous. My uncle was struck by lightning. You think it'd give you superpowers, but now it just masturbates in theaters.
It's very dangerous. We've lost our Cliff Clavin, our George Costanza, our Turtle, or Johnny Drama, or Eve. Man, that show is sloppy.
So what's gonna happen?
And if all we need isn't a scapegoat, I think we should just let this one go.
Sometimes you've got to be pretending, Troy.
Maybe the new Pierce is Britta.
Yeah, right.
How do you pronounce bagel again?
Call back.
Back.
You know, come to think of it, after Pierce, you're the most bigoted.
What?
When you found out I was Jewish, you invited me to a pool party that turned out to be a baptism.
Well, excuse me for trying to sneak you into heaven. Ooh, what about Abed? Abed's weird.
No.
Guys, have you considered the new Pierce concept is stupid?
Spoken like the new Pierce.
Can't believe I'm gonna utter these words, but we need Pierce in this group.
So one of the things that they have to steal a mascot, so they steal City College's goat.
Nice.
And then Abed kind of realizes, they don't have Pierce here, so like we don't have a scapegoat.
Yes. They may have a goat, but they're scapegoat.
Because they're still
is
mad
no
at the
longer there.
teenagers because later on.
I go for some cookies.
Oh, hey, Pierce, how's it going?
Unrepentant child.
Such a child. Ooh, here comes Stinky Turd Face.
Check out Frank and Mom.
Ooh, we can use that. And no wedding ring. This is a child of divorce. We can make fun of him for coming from a broken home. I don't care if this gets dirty. He asked for it.
You're right. Get ready to meet Jeff Winger, Esquire. Attorney at Aw Snap.
No.
It'll be better than that. What time's your mommy picking you up? After she's done shooting the Real Housewives of Greendale County?
Your parents are divorced.
Oh, your parents are divorced.
Get it?
I'm sorry, mimicry is the lowest form of...
You could have just mocked her outfit.
I would have punched a child in that situation.
They see one of the kids' moms, and they realize that she's a parent of divorce.
Yes.
So then they kind of were mocking him, but then they do the thing of like mimicking them and then saying "duh."
Yeah.
Which, like, again, is that
right? Which keeps bringing them. You can't go down to that level. You can't. Nobody wins if you go down to that
like
level.
the thing is, like, I get like as adults, I really shouldn't get to them. They'll be like,
yeah, but they can't be mature because the kids are unfortunately serving them.
I think it's like because they think that they might be right, which is like really ego busting.
Right. Well, because it's based on their own insecurities that the children are exploiting them, and they don't know how to handle it. Like,
right, because like Britta admits like she's been to like all these countries and like helped out, like been to like weird like concerts and stuff and all this fun stuff, and it's kind of like she's had a life.
Yeah.
And now she's going back to school, which is like perfectly fine. And probably Jeff had a bit of a life.
Yeah.
And now they're just back in school, so it's like you can't really mock somebody because at some point they went back to school.
Right.
Unlike you kids, like it's not like sometimes like life. I know like there's like a set plan society of like you go to high school, you go to college, and then you do like all the fun stuff. It's kind of like no, everybody has their own different life.
Dara, when does the fun stuff start?
After COVID?
Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay, sounds good.
We've had fun stuff. You were talking about your trip to Germany.
That's true. I am going to Germany. I'm very excited about that.
When are you going to Germany again?
July.
Nice. So you're not be here for my birthday?
Oh my gosh, I will not be here for your birthday. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I literally will miss
Also,
it.
then that means we probably need to do a long recording or 2 recordings in July because probably by the time you get back, I'm going to be in move mode.
Oh, yeah. Dang. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I was going to say, like, let's get me a pretzel from Germany, but then I'm like, what's debate time? What's the better pretzel, Germany or Philly?
That's a good question. I need to have a good German pretzel. I don't remember having a big pretzel when I was there. I'll get you a Lebkuchenherz. So, do you know what a Lebkuchenherz is?
Is that racist?
No, it's not.
Is that anti-Semitic?
It's not I mean, like, it's Germany, so I don't really know what has its origins in being anti-Semitic, but it's not actively anti-Semitic, at least. It's the gingerbread, like, little heart thing.
Aww.
Yeah, it's a Lebkuchenherz.
What if it is anti-Semitic?
I don't think so.
Sorry to our German viewers, however.
But, like, there's a history there.
Fair.
That's fair. All right.
You know what I'm talking about? You've seen Jojo Rabbit. It's fine.
I've seen, yes.
Anyway, Community. So after that, and then like we talked about how like Pierce was the scapegoat.
Yes. So now somebody has to be like the new Pierce because somebody has to be the person that everyone rags on.
Right. So they're trying to figure out who it is, and like I felt like and then there's a goat there, so scapegoat.
Yes, exactly.
So they sometimes like think it's like at first like we might think it's Shorts because like he's a bit like dumb.
Yeah.
But like it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe it could be like Jeff or Britta just because like their egos are very small.
Yes.
And then we're also thinking maybe it's Shirley because she's also like probably kind of bigoted.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, maybe Abed. And then everybody's like, no.
And Annie can't take criticism, so it doesn't really work out well for her.
Right. So really they need, like, they're kind of thinking, like, we need Pierce back.
Right.
But they can't invite him back without upsetting Shirley.
Correct.
So they're like, Pierce needs to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't ask Shirley to let him back in. That would be so insensitive. Well, maybe he'll admit he's wrong. 2, 3, 4. Not. We need Pierce. Okay, but you're not getting back in the group unless she thinks you're sincere.
Stubborn fool.
Can we, hurry this up?
Joy and I are pledging the cool fraternity, and unbeknownst to us, we're actually the target of ridicule and don't have a chance in hell of getting in.
Yeah, they're making us walk around with pretzels in our butts. I put mustard on mine like an idiot.
Yeah.
Pierce, you can do this.
Oh my god.
Shirley, I know you don't want to hear what I have to say. I owe you this. From the moment we first met, I knew you were going to be a very...
Serious.
Oh, no. Oh, Shirley.
You are unbelievable.
I'm not wearing my contacts. These are mine. Oh,
That's right, because nothing is ever your fault.
You know what? Screw you. I don't even owe you an apology. They wrote this.
Oh, no.
Just pretend like you sleep. Just pretend like you sleep.
Thank you. I'm entitled to my pride until it gets in the way of what you guys want. Got nothing to say? Well, I do. I'm out of the group.
Oh, Shirley.
Oh, Shirley, don't go, please.
Uh-oh. Sassy Black Schmitty's out of the group.
That's racist.
Hey, now.
The group.
So, like, they have a plan where, like, Pierce is gonna go, like, Cass Flowers is gonna apologize to Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
So then he walks to, like, still doesn't think he needs to apologize, but, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but he's walking over, and then he, like, passes Shirley and sits next to another black woman.
Yep.
And starts apologizing.
Starts apologizing to Shirley that it's not Shirley.
And then Shirley's, like, all upset, and then realizes that, like, it was the group's idea because they want Pierce back.
Yeah.
So then she's mad at them, and then she leaves the group, and everybody's upset, and the teenagers start bullying Jeff and Britta.
Yeah.
And then also, like, Annie wants to figure out a way to, like, get, like, the group back, or, like, the group back together, and also, Abed and Troy are kind of like rushing a fraternity, and they've got singing pretzels. They got pretzels up their butts.
Yeah. Yes.
And Troy put mustard on his.
Mustard on his. Bad idea in retrospect. Yes.
Do you like mustard on your pretzel?
I don't like mustard. So
I thought you did like mustard. I like mustard, but I don't.
Mustard person.
I'm like, I remember when I was like younger, probably because like back in the day of like when I did buy school lunch, and it was like a pizza day, and like back when like you would dip your pizza in your ranch.
Yeah.
And then I'd also get a pretzel because I wanted all the carbs, and I would dip my pretzel in the ranch.
Oh, okay. I like the when you get it from the soft pretzel factory, and you get like the nugs and putting them in the cinnamon dip.
I don't like that.
Oh, I love the cinnamon.
I'm not really big on like dipping my pretzels anymore. I kind of just like want to eat them plain.
I mostly regularly I just eat them plain, but like occasionally I will partake.
I'm not that
in
big into like
dip.
sweet soft pretzels. I kind of just need like a savory one, which is and also probably why I hate Annie Ann's.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I also just don't like. Anyway,
yeah.
I think I'm too pure of a Philly girl to
do the Annie Ann's. That's true. I also don't really eat Annie Ann's.
Is it too much butter? It might be too much butter. I don't know.
Might be. The Amish market has really
Philly
good
Pretzel
pretzels.
Factory though, like
Philly, yes. Anyway, community.
If you pass one on the way home, you're gonna stop in.
I don't. They like close a lot of the ones near me.
Really?
Which is very sad. Well, I think there's one. No, did they close that one? I think the nearest one's in. Oh, that's a not super long drive, but yeah, they close a lot of ones
And
near
there's
me.
one in here, which isn't that far.
Okay.
But no, because I remember like there was a thing for a long time. Because always we went on a train station, so if I went on a train, I would get a pretzel. But I don't. I try to avoid trains now because I'm still terrified.
Yes. Yeah. As it should be. Cases are going up. And it's yeah. Oh.
And monkeypox.
Oh, and monkeypox is happening now. Yeah.
How do you get monkeypox though?
It's a very similarized to smallpox.
How do you get smallpox?
I think by like rubbing up against somebody who has it.
Am I But what? I don't know if I'm vaccinated for any of that.
You're not, but you can be if you get it, and then you'll be okay. It's very treatable. It's not fun, but
monkeypox or smallpox?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
I know at least monkeypox is very treatable. Smallpox.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how smallpox works in the year of our Lord, 2022. Will admit that I'm not sure, but let's try not to think about it.
I would say I'm really paranoid about that, but then I'm like, oh wait, I work from home.
Yeah, right.
I'm like never out. Anyway, community.
Sad little Schmitties. Can all of us little Schmitties get along?
Well, would you please hurry up? I am late for my bikini wax.
Okay.
Hurry, please.
Who is that?
Can we focus on what's important here? Shirley thinks we don't care about her. No, you're right. That's totally more important. I just thought of one thing. You need to bang that kid's mom. After we fix everything with Shirley.
Brilliant!
Whoa! Yes, we'll deal with Shirley, but that's brilliant! Sorry, Shirley.
I love them the most when they're being like really good friends like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like when they're really fun.
So, well, everybody else trying to figure out a way to like get the group back together. Britta and Jeff kind of look at this kid's mom.
Yeah.
And then Britta's like, Jeff, you need to bang that kid's mom.
Who is? Oh my gosh! Don't tell me. What is
Lisa
Rinna?
Yeah.
Lisa Rinna. Okay, I think that's
Well, they make a Real Housewives joke.
Yeah.
Although it's funny because like I don't think she's a bad actress.
No, I've seen her.
I think she's I think she was an actress like first, and then became because I remember in a show I think we're gonna do eventually, Veronica Mars, her and her husband were on that show.
Oh, okay.
And they were playing parents to a character and like had to do like some like really dramatic stuff because like they weren't the best parents.
Yeah.
And I thought both of them were very good.
Oh, very nice.
So, but anyway, so Jeff's gonna bang this kid's mom, and then it's like, and then it's like the reference is like, oh, then he's gonna be making fun of a guy who banged his mom.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yes. Is it?
No.
Uh-huh.
But it's funny when like Jeff like tries to like hit on her and is like jogging by, and like clearly you can see the mom's into him. Is there a car wash going on?
Why not?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. You don't happen to have an extra bottle of sports drink, do you?
Actually, I do. Here you go.
Oh, thanks. Gotta hydrate, right? But obviously you work out.
Well, I try to keep things where they should be.
I think I might be where I should be.
Yeah, like immediately she's like,
hey.
So
they're kind of hitting it off.
Yeah. Because they're both shallow.
Yes. But then they see they see that And well, like so like they're getting along, and then the kids come in and trying to make fun of Britta.
You sure you don't want some vodka?
Oh, I'm good. I'm at school at 2 p.m.
Did someone just take a schmitty?
Hey.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Daddy soon, or at least your mom will be tonight.
Hey.
Oh, it's uncomfortable to watch.
It is.
Mom, I've been poning this loser all week, and he thinks that he can get back at me through you.
What? Poning?
Poning. He doesn't even know what that means. Oh my God, you are pathetic.
Yeah, so's a dumb whore who's in on it.
Whoa. I gotta tell you, Chantel, you have raised a terrible human being. We're better than
I
this.
think they're just put back.
No, they're not.
They're also like kind of like like some of their bullying stuff is like not like it's
bad.
Like, it's bad, but like some of them like they call like Britta a whore, which I'm like
no.
And then they said like when Shirley left, it's like, oh man, you got rid of your sassy black lady, and we're like, guys,
that's bad. That's not.
Bad.
That is starting. They're going to be great future members of the Young Republicans Club. So I'm sure.
And then also like
we might have to strike that from the record.
So they see, so then Britta kind of points out that like Jeff's like with your mom, and then the kid's like, really, like that's how you're gonna get back at me from banging your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they kind of put, and then the mom puts it together, and it's like also kind of mocking them a bit, and then they go back to the mimicking like the duh, and then like there's a
and the mom isn't like she's not the mature one here. Like she's basically egging her kid on to be like, oh, don't get pwned by losers. So
yeah, and then before the end of that, we have Troy and Abed like doing like they have a robot. I think it's like the Boobinator or whatever.
The Boobinator, yeah.
I don't know about your robot, Abed. Boobitron's great. And once someone spills bong water on his circuitry and he comes alive, he's gonna make us the coolest guys on campus and let us get babes.
Those are real babes.
Friends are supposed to help each other no matter what. Ridiculous situation descending into heavy-handed drama for the illusion of story. Check.
For the illusion of story.
That was awesome! All right, I am back in.
Cool.
And then also there's like a big like friend montage, not like a like Abed does something, say like I thought you were my friend, like blah blah blah, but that was part of it,
right?
And then like when they get into the cafeteria, they have the robot and they're in Roman
togas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Pierce and Shirley have a conversation. They're kind of upset that like the group doesn't like really like invite them out outside of the group, and like they don't see them as like cool or like young and hip. And then also Pierce doesn't apologize, but he does say nice stuff.
Just so you know, I'm Shirley. Wouldn't want you reaching for me should you get a hankering for pancakes.
Tell you what I'm not gonna miss. Abed and Troy's silly little games. Grow up already. And by the way, thanks for including me.
Please, you think Annie and Britta invite me when they take those little weekend trips to the mall? They just think of me as some sort of mom. They both need to learn some manners, and you know what? Annie needs to stop dating Vaughn. He's cute, but he's not the kind of boy I envisioned her ending up with.
No matter how hard.
It's called respect, and no one ever gave me diddly.
Except me.
Aww.
I respect you more than anyone else in the group.
Which is why you pants me? For heaven's sakes, you are such an arrogant, self-righteous ass.
And you are a strong, dignified woman who's raising a family, a bigger accomplishment than anybody else in that room. And nobody can ever strip you of that, not even me.
And that's why you think pantsing me wasn't wrong.
Listen.
Little bit.
A little bit.
But what he said was nice.
No, he said it was very nice.
What are you doing?
Did I misread that?
Yes.
Yes. 100%. Yes, he admits to a level of admiration, even though he doesn't exhibit it in his day-to-day.
Right, like basically says like you're a single woman, going to school, and like taking care of a family, and that's like more than anybody else can say.
Yeah.
So like what he says is extremely nice.
Yes,
but like he still doesn't apologize. And sure, that's kind of like, I think this is the best I'm gonna get.
You're right. Yeah.
So like forgiveness.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and then they go to the cafeteria.
I raised a winner who will continue to crush junior college losers like you.
Oh,
I'm
sorry. It's a matter of pride. What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
School is asked, Mark.
This is fine.
Jeff and Britta making fun of those handicap kids?
They don't even realize how much they need us.
Somebody save the day.
We need an intervention.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know if you've noticed, but Jeff and Britta have the two most fragile egos of the group. Losing to these kids will pretty much destroy them.
Hey! Whoa! What the hell? Hey, you didn't say duh!
Oh, we win!
Yay!
No.
You have already embarrassed me by getting pwned. Don't be such a girl. Go.
Yeah. See that? Yeah. We showed you, high schoolers.
Congratulations on your victory.
Yay!
Thank you, Annie.
Pierce and I are considering rejoining the group, but maybe we could all be a little more mature.
I hear that. I've had enough of this list. Doing this stuff isn't fun. It just feels forced.
Fine, I'll deactivate Boobatron. But trust me, classic college experiences never happen organically.
But like, and there's still like this like duh thing going on, and it's just kind of like
It's just the duh match goes on for like what 14 minutes or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then like Shirley Pierce like, why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense. And then Abed's like, well, their egos are like too like low that like if they don't
They have very fragile egos, so they like can't let something
and
like
if
this
they
go.
lose, then like it's the end of that. So then Pierce and Shirley decide to help out, and they pants two of them, I think, because like they're
Yes.
so, and that is what gets them. And I'm thinking like that's what got you,
Right. Well, then they stop doing the duh,
because they're like, what the heck? And then
that means that the Jeff and Britain won.
Yay!
The duh match in the most immature, stupid showdown that Greendale's ever seen. That's why I'm saying
Right.
something because it's Greendale. So.
And then like they're really upset, but then the mom comes in saying like, no, you got pwned. We're going.
Yeah.
The end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do kind of like that Jeff and Britt are so happy that they won, and he's kind of like, good job.
Yeah. Right. Because she knows the whole thing is absolutely stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Troy's kind of like, I don't really like. Feels like all this college stuff we're doing is forced.
Mm-hmm.
And then Abed's like, okay, like we can stop, but like nothing happens organically. And then they both get hit in the face with food, and then we're like, food fight.
Yeah.
Food fight!
I don't like studying. I like partying.
What's this song?
I don't know.
Until you party where your heart is. Take it just till the question is where's the party, and the answer is me. I drink the beer. I lose control. What did my father always lie?
Very good.
Program to find another party.
Another license. Penny Reed Academy.
As a food fight, and then we end with a Animal House ending.
Yes. The old food fight.
Right,
Oh
so-
yes, and then it gives it tells everybody kind of who they are and where they ended
Yeah.
up after school.
So the teenage girl is professor of sociology at Yale University, 2021.
Which is very funny because I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh my god, that was the distant future when this show aired. I was like, oh god, oh that hurt a little bit. That hurt me a little bit.
Although this episode came out like 2010, so technically like they would have been younger. They would have been older than us in
Yeah.
2010. So
Yeah.
is it still
a
little bit?
Still a little bit.
I think it's like the blonde kid, Michigan State Supreme Court Justice 2045.
Yep.
Annie remained Jewish despite ingesting of airborne pork. Shirley and Pierce never wed.
Yeah, good.
Britta, proud owner, used iPod Nano 2014. The main like teenage kid, medical license revoked, whereabouts unknown.
Mhm.
Jeff banged Mark's mother twice.
Troy
and Abed will be back in college, cut up to Penny Reed Academy.
Very nice. So yes, but like the funny thing is like these kids are so dumb and immature, but then they go to like go places as adults, which is
Except for the one kid, there's like medical license revoked.
But
so
he went to med school and became a doctor for at least a little period of time.
That's fair.
He probably engaged in some weird, I don't know. black market stuff.
That's fair. The antagonist, Troy and Abed, are in the studio lounge and discussing their poor names.
You sure it's the name of my grade school and my favorite soft drink?
Yep, pretty sure.
Oh, that's good. Hello, Henry David Thoreau Diet Squirt. How many pornos have you been in?
2012. How many pornos have you been in, George Washington Lemon Fresco?
2019. It's my first week.
Impressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Someone here order a pizza? Is it you guys? It has extra sausage.
Hey!
It's making hot. That's my pizza. But you took longer than 30 minutes, so I'm not paying.
Leonard.
Leonard. Len. Yeah.
Which they say like your grade school and then your favorite drink.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was your first pet's name and your first street address.
Which could be, well, that's just a way for people to figure out more information about you and hack your passwords. So you gotta watch out for that.
Why would I use my street name or my first pet's name as a password? I don't.
Well, usually it's your security question.
Oh, I don't do that.
No. But yeah. So
but then meanwhile we hear
this is a PSA though, a quick PSA that like be aware of those stupid, dumb Facebook, email, or Twitter trends where it's like, oh my gosh, your this name is this plus this, and then the things that they ask you are usually things that like are your security question or like information that somebody would use to access your account. So don't post them anywhere. Especially because most common security questions are like, what is your mother's maiden name? What's the name of your first pet? What was the school you went to growing up? Stuff like that. Don't do it. Thank you.
See, I usually do like my elementary school, which like people don't remember, and then my mom uses her maiden name in some stuff, so I don't use that either. I think I just do like favorite vacation spot, that kind of thing. So they're saying that, and then meanwhile there's like you hear like a bass noise, and then a guy comes in, it's like, everybody order pizza.
Yeah.
There's like a sausage, and then I went to her like, nope.
And then they go, and Leonard's like, Leonard is there. He ordered the pizza.
He was playing the bass, and he's like, it took you longer than 30 minutes, so I get it for free.
Yep.
So what do you think of this episode?
Oh gosh, did I think about this episode? It was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
I remember, like, honestly, for the longest time, I really didn't like this episode. It was mainly because of the teenage years, because they're just, like,
they're annoying, and, like, the whole thing is immature. It's supposed to be immature, but the whole thing is immature, so it does make it hard to, like, enjoy.
Right, because I'm kind of thinking, like, really, like, I'm thinking, like, I guess, like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, as these, like, if I, like, as an adult to the teenagers, I'm like, like, the mimicking thing, like, that's the best you've got, really?
Right.
Really? But then you think in the eyes of, like, Jeff and Britta, whose egos aren't the best. Then it's kind of like it'll get to them.
It's a true portrayal of the characters, but it's kind of annoying. We didn't really talk about the things that Shirley lists a very long list of frustrations before, one, they kick Pierce out, and two, after she leaves the group. They're not wrong.
No.
As far as the things that she's annoyed about, they're like, she's never necessarily in the wrong or says anything that's not true. So I just want to do a quick being like, that's not wrong, but they need the group dynamics. So that's why it works out in the end.
Right.
But their frustrations are pretty accurate. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be portrayed as being over the top or if she's supposed to be portrayed as like saying the right thing, but I don't know.
I don't either, but like, yeah, it's like the teenagers always bothered me, but then I think like, especially something like some stuff, like if somebody says something like it will get to me like anxiety wise, like in their eyes, it kind of like, I think it more makes sense in the fact that like we kind of realize that this is all completely stupid. So, like, yeah, I never, like, the teenagers were things, like, bother me, so that I always avoided watching this episode for, like, a long time, but then I remembered, like, oh, like, the Troy and Abed stuff, and then, like, the Pierce stuff is, like, funny. So you gotta forget all that, but, like, yeah, it's basically the stuff with Jeff and Brett, I'm just like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah, it's not fun.
But there you go thing. But I think, like, you put John, like, you've said this, and I kind of agree, like, Jeff and Britta, like, their chemistry-wise is really, it's not, like, the best, like, romantic friendship, but it's chemistry, but it's, like, best, it's really good, like, friendship chemistry.
No, I love that, like, when they get together, when they team up to do a thing, like, as friends, and when they get excited about things they do as friends, like, it's the most fun of them together. When we're talking about, like, the tension they have, sexually or romantically, I don't really care.
It feels like we haven't seen much of that lately.
No, lately we haven't, but even when we do, it's like, okay, it's nice, but it doesn't, like, hit as strong as this kind of stuff.
I think it's, like, it's probably, like, they've put them together and, like, was the romantic thing of, like, that's what, like, the idea was when we had to do. And then once they kind of figured out that, like, they were better as, like, friends and, like, friendship-wise, it was kind of, like, let's play that out.
Right.
So that's it, yeah. But, like, again, like, I just hated I'm thinking, like, if there was, like, a more mature adult in this group, somebody would be, like, somebody look at the mimicking and saying, like, really? Like, that's all you got?
Right.
Like, nothing else? Okay, bye. Your powers can work on me, teenagers. Although it is kind of, I guess it's like, I think the thing is like you feel bad if like they have they call you something or like a reference that only young people get.
Yeah.
But then like if they don't get something that's like older, it's like really like you're too dumb to not get this. Of like
Right.
like you should know who Winona Ryder is.
Seriously though, that's on you.
Right, and in some sense, like I mean, like it took me a while to figure out what flossing was.
Really?
Like, well, I mean, like I'm like, what is this like a dance thing? But then I'm like, or like, what's it from? And then fortunately, I worked at a summer camp, so then I figured it out.
Nice, very good.
Because like every kid was flossing, and I'm like, what is this from? So it was like
Well, it was a kid. There's just a kid who did it first before it got to Fortnite. So,
is that how all the dances have gone to Fortnite?
Most of the dances in Fortnite started.
I know the
outside of
Carlton.
Fortnite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the, not all of them, but there's a lot of dances that.
So why are there? I thought, isn't Fortnite a fighting game?
Yeah, but it's kind of like their celebration. So when like your character does something, you'd be like, do the dance, and you can program the little dance that goes.
Do people still play Fortnite?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
But nobody I know.
That was a thing for a while.
It was a big thing for a while. Now I think it's still big, but not quite as big.
All right. Let's do some. Do you want some trivia?
Let's do some trivia.
So Animal House is reference, and Jeff appreciates that reference.
Yes.
The bucket list is reference, which I think Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman are like terminally ill, and then they do a bucket list.
Correct.
And I think they die.
I'd never actually seen the movie.
Me neither. Mark and Co. Ridiculed Britta for having a Discman instead of an iPod. Although, yeah, 2010, yeah. What iPod was out in 2010?
iPod Touch.
Was that just out?
It was around that time, yeah.
Because I don't think I got an iPod Touch until I was like a senior in high school.
I never had an iPod Touch. I went from my iPod Classic to a smartphone. So
I didn't have a smartphone until I went to college.
Exactly. I didn't have a smartphone until sophomore year.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think I remember
sophomore year of college is when I got my first smartphone.
It's like I had a video iPod for like a while, and then that's what I mainly had, and then I wanted an iPod Touch, so I got that, and then I got rid of that, and then I think I didn't break it, but like it shattered at one point, and then my dad's like, for my birthday, you want an iPhone, and I'm like, sure.
I had a 128 gig iPod Classic. I did not feel as like nearly like any of that at all, but it was good.
I think I had an 80 gig video iPod.
Oh, nice.
Which is, you got to watch on a little screen.
Oh yeah, I could watch movies on my thing, so
that's why I wanted it, because I'm just kind of like, my friend had it, and I'm like, that's so cool, I want that. And unfortunately, I had a mitzvah coming up, and my parents were like, you can get like 2 things that are expensive with your money.
Nice.
So I'm like, cool. Winona Ryder's reference, Sting is reference, Morgan Freeman's reference. Abed brings up several examples of scapegoat characters, which Cliff Clavin from Cheers, George Costanza from Seinfeld, and as well as Johnny Drama and Turtle. Oh wait. Johnny Drama and Turtle, which are from Entourage.
Got it. Okay.
Jeff implies Mark's mom was from the Real Housewives, and then she was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2014. How many Real Housewives are there?
Oh, a lot. I don't care.
Well, it's only Utah one now, and they're Mormons.
Is there?
I think.
That's insane.
God, what can we have Real Housewives of Amish?
Isn't that just Amish Mafia?
Is that still a thing?
There's a lot of Amish shows.
What's the where like the Amish can like leave? They show like they leave.
I just want you guys to all know that all of the shows are fake. The Amish shows that like none of those shows like Amish Mafia or anything. They're all fake. They were casting for Amish Mafia out in the area of which we were educated, because that's where there's a very large Amish population, and they literally had a professor who like tried out to be one of the extras on the show. It's all fake.
I didn't like watch them and think like, wait, why are the Amish allowing cameras into their like community?
Yeah, so if you've been,
they don't use electric. Anyway,
if you've been around, you know that they're all fake.
Some of the parodies, obviously the breaking of the guitar from Animal House. I've been enjoying engaged in numerous escapades, reminiscing of favorite movie scenes about life in college. And then obviously the closing credits are from Animal House.
Yeah.
So this is funny. So they're like, when Troy and Abed are pledging a fraternity, so they have like the shirts. So it was Omega Theta Rho, or in English OTP.
Nice. Nice, very good.
Which is a shipping reference for One True Pairing, so like Troy and Abed.
Yeah, people were shipping them, I guess. I suppose. I never actually seen anybody who genuinely ships them. I'm sure there's people. I'm sure they exist, but I never actually come across it.
I mean, like, I ship them as buddies, and, like, I think there's, like, something saying, like, are they gay? And I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting commentary, but we see this in, like, the past few episodes that I didn't bring up. But again, we are in the era of the late 2000s, early 2010s, where even as a progressive show, like, so you can say gay, but it's always a joke. It's always a punchline, so that's how it always is.
Yeah.
Like, Troy and Abed's, like, friendship, yeah, I guess mistaken for gay sometimes, but it's always used as a punchline. Like, Pierce's thing is that he thinks gay is very funny, so he says it a lot. It's one of those things where, like, is it funny? I don't really know in today's context, but it's funny within the context of 2010s, I guess.
Right.
But I'm always like, haha. I'm always like, oh, it's a punchline. Gay is a punchline again. So
I just didn't realize, like, the thing, and I'm like, oh, you like the OTV thing, you did that on purpose, and I appreciate it.
No, that's fun. No, that's fun. I like that.
Troy and Abed disguise their hypothetical porn names, and the pizza guy comes in parodying, like, porn.
Mm-hmm.
Abed comments throughout the episode about various characters, particularly Jeff and Britta, and their battles with the Schmitty team. Pierce and Shirley both know that they aren't often included in the activities of the younger group members, which is true.
It's true.
Even though I think, like, I forgot to say it, but I think, like, technically Shirley and Jeff are supposed to be the same age, or, like, close to the same age.
Okay. Yeah.
But, like, I guess it's, like, two different paths of, like, somebody...
They led very different lives up to that point, so they just went through different stages of life at different times.
Right. Long hair guy's back. For a long hair guy and Jeremy are back, and they make they're like extras who appear a bunch, so they appear again. And the anti pizza company guy, the pizza company is Papa Gino Key's Pizza.
Oh yeah, Gino Shea.
And then later it's just Pizza Time Pizza.
Pizza Time.
All right, so that's the end of that episode. Again, like, it's one I kind of avoided for a long time. I think after rewatching it this time, I'm kind of like a little softer on it, but it's still like not.
But it's not great.
It's not great.
Yeah,
I like it better from here, even though like these episodes were pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, they were fine. There wasn't anything bad about them, but you know, one of those things you're like, I watched it, cool.
Yep,
I'm keep going.
Do you have comments?
No, I think I said kind of what I was thinking a little earlier. Just where it's an alright episode.
Oh, I know. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I said their comments.
Oh, their comments. Oh, my comments. You want to do my comments? You mean it's time for a comment corner?
Like, I think I will say it's one of the weaker episodes, but I think like that and Beginner's Pottery I would like not watch, but I prefer Beginner's Pottery over.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopsie.
Kick my leg.
And after this recording, we're gonna be done season 1 in 3 episodes.
Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna read the comments from Investigative Journalism.
Hey.
Zom's back. Hey Zom. Zom loves my outfit. Thank you. I hope you like this one as well.
I like it.
Duder McDude Face, who I remember from being very funny, a couple other comments, says everyone who loves Jack Black should see him in High Fidelity.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Let's see. Oh my god, wait, this is the one with the really long comment from Mr. Duck Sauce, who got very upset that we didn't reference like a joke that was made.
Oh, right.
Which was very funny because I apparently talked about it a couple times and didn't actually talk about the punchline of the joke. So it's a very long comment.
It's a comment about like something the dean said, and I'm like, I think he was right. Like I didn't miss it, but I'm also like, I was like more like I thought like the punchline was like the racist thing.
Right. And so we didn't get like the real punchline. That got a couple upvotes, so people felt very passionately about that. So sorry that we missed a joke. You see, the problem is here. There's so many jokes built into this show. We can't catch all.
You know
of
what
them.
I was thinking about? Like the joke, because basically, like the joke is that the dean says, like, "Oh, my best friend was a black man." We didn't focus on the man part, but I'm thinking, like, on the progression of like the dean's character, it actually makes it a bit funnier.
Yeah,
not gonna lie. So I'm kind of like, I didn't see that. Good for you.
Right. Let's see. Zom says, "I love MASH. Y'all should watch it. Personally, I've always been more of the Radar in group for the longest time. That's fair. Yeah, Radar makes sense. You ever seen MASH?
I think I've seen like an episode when I was really young.
I've seen not a ton of episodes because it's kind of a long show, but I've seen a good amount of episodes, so I know enough about Radar. Not Radar, but I do know Radar because I've seen MASH. But I still don't know all the characters' names, so don't judge me.
Okay.
But anyway, so we have Sabo here. Hello, Sabo, once again. Sabo the Hunter says, despite having Jack Black in this episode, for some reason this episode has always felt like an uncomfortable watch. I've never been able to figure out why.
I don't know why it'd be uncomfortable. I mean, it might be like whatever, like, you have experience in your life, maybe something's uncomfortable, because, like, I've had that, but, yeah, I don't know.
Also says, I only now realize this was the start of the Gary jokes, probably one of my favorite season 1 jokes.
Yeah.
Did I catch that?
Remember Gary was Shirley's friend who, like, was really boring and he grew up in Finland?
Oh, okay.
And then, remember, like, the thing of Shirley was like, he grew up in a place without sun!
Yeah, and then Con Artist says he grew up in a land without sun, so that was funny. Very good. But yes, so those are our comments for that. I'm gonna check to see if we have any more, because I was like, oh, we have another video, but then I was like, we don't have comments on
But
that
anytime
one.
we got a lot of Gravity Falls since, like, that one really long Legend of Korra one. Well, I think I mentioned that one.
I got another, we have another couple of Legend of Korra ones from the same person who was watching a couple of them and always comments on, like, very similar comments. Well, this one, literally, to have a couple from this person was why Mako doesn't try his luck with Korra and Asami and Lin. Like, first of all, he did try his luck with Korra and Asami. Second of all, Lin is literally 52 years old, so, like, right. Anyway, but it's very silly. And then wrote this really long comment, and I kind of want to just, like, read it.
Okay.
But you have to. So this is
that was the thing you tweeted.
Oh, the really long one?
Yeah.
I've tweeted another one before from, I think, the same person. But, so this is from I think it's the book 2 season finale or something like that of Legend of Korra. And this person wrote that, and you have to read this in the light that, like, a kid is asking a question, but, like, you know how children get, like, really out of breath when they talk, and you don't know why? So, like, I'm gonna try, this is my dramatic reading of this. What would have happened if Korra and Unalaq had learned to master the 4 elements, and also to learn to master all of the rare masteries, and also learn to master all the mastery techniques, and also to learn to block chi, and also learn to master all the fighting techniques, and also learn to master all fighting styles of fighting, and also learn to master all martial arts, and learn to master all weapons, and also learn to master all the powers of the spirits. What if? So that was my
probably the same thing, I guess.
If they're watching this right now, I'm sorry, but also not. But also, that was so many things that you just said in a comment.
Like that one's a fine comment, but I'm also kind of like I think were they the ones that say like why no Korra and Asami try with them?
Yes.
And
yes.
that one's kind of like
did you not watch the same show? But we're not talking about Legend of Korra today, but I had to highlight some of those comments because they were really funny and just kind of weird. I like the person who commented and said, we were so bad that they couldn't even finish the reaction. Thank you. I hope you at least,
what was that on?
Thank you for commenting, because that's engagement, and that only works in our favor. So thank you very much. So I was on episode 4, Social Psychology Community.
Oh.
So very funny.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the engagement. That only works in our favor. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I hope you have a very good day. No hate, all love. So anyway, that's all I got for comment corner today.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Leave a comment. Negative, positive, neutral.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Something funny, we'll read it. Unless it's super long, in which case we will summarize it.
Yeah.
Or if it's kind of offensive, we'll either block it or not read it or give you, because there. Also, like and subscribe or dislike, doesn't matter. Engagement.
Yeah, we love engagement.
We're on Facebook, facebook.com/wittyclose. So follow us there, like, stuff, comment. We're on Twitter @wittyclose. So follow us there, like, retweet. We're on Instagram @wittyclose production. So follow us there, like our stuff. Leave a comment.
Do all those other things.
We're on TikTok, Witty Close Productions. I think it's that or Witty Close. I don't remember. But
just search for Witty Close. You'll find us.
Right. So then you can leave a comment there. Follow us, like us, blah, blah, blah. We are, audio-wise, we're on Spotify. So follow us there. We're on iTunes. So like, comment, subscribe. Rate, review, blah, blah, blah. We're on Patreon. If you want to donate, you get exclusive stuff for $5 a month. You get our monthly live stream where we either just have a discussion or we watch a movie, depending on what we're feeling like. Or you can get our spin-off show, First Reaction or Fan Reaction, where we watch a show that we either both seen or neither of us have seen, and when we have other content for the other tiers, we will let you know.
Yeah.
We even email wittyclose@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Email us whatever you like, questions, like longer questions. If you're a writer and you want us to read something, we'll do it. That kind of thing. And yeah.
Cool.
So join us next time for Community Season 1, Episode 23, Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Nice. Spoiler alert, it's gonna be Caitlin's first paintball episode.
Oh my god, there's multiple? This is a thing? Oh god, okay.
We'll get to it.
Okay. Whew. Whew.
And then episode 24, English as a second language.
All right. Oh, sounds good.
All right, so for Sex Fan Reaction, I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Caitlin Clother.
Peace.
They kicked me out of the group.
Oh. Wanna buy some cookies? $10 a box.
Crap.
Have you seen a Chinese kid?
Oh no.
Referring to me as a lesbian.
The wallet chain fits. I'm just trying to help you find yourself.
At least he doesn't think that Shirley's my mom anymore. He thinks that we're cousins.
You're not?
He still assumes I'm a terrorist.
If you're not, I'm sorry. And if you are, I'm a hero. I'm willing to take that chance.
You said I have a crafty Jew brain.
Nobody knows how to take a compliment anymore.
Look. Everybody
Yeah. Okay, with these flavored water things, they always say natural flavors. I don't know what that means, and that sounds so suspicious. Anytime in the ingredients, we're like, natural flavors. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what is it? What does it mean?
Is that like, remember when LaCroix got in trouble because somebody said there was like a thing in them that was found in like cockroaches?
Something like that, yeah.
But then scientists, people were mad at LaCroix, but then scientists came out saying like, no, it's naturally occurring in fruit.
Mm-hmm. Just weird. It's very funny.
Ready to discuss?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we watched 2 episodes. That just flew by.
I did, didn't it?
Good stuff.
All right, let's go.
All right.